In this video, I'm going to show you some credit secrets so you can increase your credit score up to 100 points in 5 days. Now, it's important that you watch this video all the way to the end so you can apply all these steps to get the results. And it will be 4 steps that you need to do together in conjunction to see your credit score go up to 100 points in a 5-day period. Now, in order for you to do this, you need to know the 5 factors that make up your credit score. The first factor is 35% is made up of your payment history, how you paid your bills in the past. Then the second largest chunk of your credit score is utilization or debt to available credit. That is 30% of your credit score. Then the third largest chunk is age of credit. Age of credit makes up 15% of your credit score. Then you have mix of credit, which is 10%, and inquiries or new inquiries, which is 10% of your credit score. So these 5 factors make up your credit score, but in order to increase your credit score fast, we want to focus on utilization, because utilization is the fastest way to increase your credit score or the quickest way to tank it. So focusing on utilization is the second largest chunk of your credit score, and you can apply these 4 steps to make your credit score increase fast in a short period of time. Now, the first step, I want you to be able to monitor your credit with Experian and Credit Kharma. Now, the reason why I'm saying Credit Kharma, because with TransUnion and Equifax, they do update your information live often, either every day or every 2 days. With Experian, it updates often, and you're going to need that information. You also need to get a pen and pad and journal, or in your cell phone, write down these important dates with your credit card. It will be either the update date or the report date. Now, that date is the date your credit card companies report to the credit bureaus. You need to even take the further step to call the company and find out for sure where in a window that date will fall. Generally, it's at least 4 to 5 days from your payment due date. And the reason why that is important, because that is the date they report your credit card balances to the credit bureaus, and it will stay there for the next 30 days. Now, this video is part of my credit boot camp that we have going on right now. I'm dropping a video every Friday for the next 45 days to help you increase your credit score. And I have a Facebook support group that is free for you guys to help you increase your credit score and give you support. I also have a free hard inquiry removal package at my website, because hard inquiries can get you denied for credit. Also, I have removal packages for purchase for your negative items. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up, and turn on your notification bell so you can be notified when I drop the next video. Now, I have all these links in the description of the video and in the pinned comment section. And if you need my personal help, I have the link also so you can sign up with me to help you personally. So let's jump into the next step. Now, the second step, you want to pay down those credit cards before it report, because that's going to be stuck on your credit report for the next 30 days. And it is very important that you do not use that credit card until after you see it report on your credit report, because even if you pay it down totally off by the due date and you start using that card again before it actually report, that balance will still be reported on your credit report after you paid it down and the utilization you put on after the card was paid down. So you don't want to do that. You want the new zero balance or below the balance of 29%, optimally 1 to 10% to report on your credit report and stay there. You can use that card after it reports because it will never update until the next report date. So you can do this as a way to bring down your utilization, and then you can increase your credit score. So for instance, the way you're going to increase your credit score over the 5-day period by 100 points, if you have a card that say is maxed out and you bring that balance down, let it report, you should see your credit score jump up. So if you have a card that is due on the 5th of every month, let's say by April 5th, and then you have another card that is due by the 10th of every month, let's say April 10th. If you pay that card balance, which may be at currently 50 or 60% utilization, and you pay it down and let the card report, you should see a jump in your credit score. And then you do the pay down of the second card that reports on the 10th, and you pay that card down. Let's say that card is at 40%. So you pay that card down to 0, and then you'll see your credit score increase again when that 0 balance is reported. Now, if you can do that with all your credit cards over the next 4-week period, you can see a immediately increase in your credit score when that card report that 0 balance. Now, the third step that's very important, you don't want to ride one individual credit line over 50%, meaning that if you have a overall utilization that's really low, let's say 16%, meaning all of your credit cards together, available credit lines are at 16%, but one credit card is at 90% individually of how much utilization that you're using, then it still affects your credit score negatively. It starts to deduct points heavily with the algorithm. So I have seen people many of times with one credit card maxed out and the rest is very good utilization, is very low, but their score is in the tanks because you have one credit card that's either close to being maxed out or that is maxed out. And that happens a lot with people with smaller credit lines of $300. They'll just make a small purchase of something of $200 and you're already at 90% just about utilization on that credit card. And that would negatively and heavily affect your overall credit score. So you need to make sure you adjust that. If you are in that situation, see if you can transfer some of that balance to another card that has additional space to bring that credit card utilization down before the report date to the credit bureaus. If not, then you're stuck with that for the next 30 days on your credit report. Also, if you're saying, hey, I don't even have any more room to transfer that balance over, what you want to do is aim at that credit card with the highest individual utilization and start over the next 4 weeks. pay on that card every time you get paid. So if it's weekly, pay what you can weekly on that card. So if it's $30, $25, every week, make that payment. If it's every 2 weeks and you want to put a minimum of $25 every week, make sure that 2-week payment come in. You put $50 on that card, and the next payment you put $50 on that card plus the minimum payment. So doing that, it would add up, and when that card reports, you'll start to see your score go up. And then you want to rotate that. Make sure you still maintain the minimum payments on your other cards if you are financially strapped. But if you can do that, and if you have multiple cards, then you need to go ahead and put payments on both cards at the same time of what you can afford, but try to target majority of your payments to the highest individual utilization so your score can go up. Now, the last and the fourth step is you want to make sure you're not carrying balances on more than 3 of your credit cards, because the algorithm starts to take away points when you have too many credit cards with balances. So it is very important that you limit your balances on 3 credit cards. So if you can, combined, if you have other credit cards with smaller limits, and you can move them over to at least 1 or 3 of your credit cards, try to do so. I left this last because sometimes it's just not something, if you have really high credit card balances, that you can do in order to keep down that individual credit card line under its utilization of 29%. But if you're a person that you were just, because I've seen a lot of people that I work with, they was like, I just thought I left a little bit on there to keep the card open, to carry in balances, because I thought it was good. You don't want to do that with more than 3 credit cards. Now, here's another caveat. Always make sure, you guys, for these hacks to work with you, every credit hack to work with you, you cannot have new negative items to hit your credit score. Meaning all your current open accounts, if you have a car, if you have a credit card, you need to pay that stuff on time and for it to be current, because any new negative updated item will bring your score down and it cannot go up. So you want to make sure. Also, check your collections and your charge-offs. Now, usually a collection or charge-off should be in a state where no payments are being reported. But I am seeing lately these credit bureaus are getting slick and reporting a monthly missed payment on a collection. And that is a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. They should not be doing that, but they do that to make sure your credit score does not go up. So if you have that, later on in this boot camp series, we will be dealing with that issue. So hopefully this information was helpful. If you guys have questions and comments, just leave it in the comment section, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.